What's going on, everybody? This is Patrick from Porter's Unboxings, as you know. And guys, we are here to review Survivor Series 2005. Dude, what a pay-per-view this was. This took place a couple days after Eddie Guerrero's death, who died on November 13th, 2005. And he was supposed to be on this Survivor Series team that got replaced by Randy Orton. So, yeah. A little history lesson there. And also, the night that he passed away, it was like a Tuesday night SmackDown. And he was supposed to win the world title. It was supposed to be Randy Orton, Batista, and Guerrero. And Guerrero was supposed to win the title so Batista could go have neck surgery. So, just a little tidbit for you. If you guys didn't know that, we have a beautiful cover, the returning of the dead man, returning of the beginning of the end, just the bright lights, the sun coming out. So we have a Chris Benoit versus Booker T with Sharmell, match one of the best of 7 series for the United States title. Great match here. Booker T wins with Sharmell's help. And Chris Benoit does a diving headbutt, misses. 1, 2, 3. Booker T wins. Then we get Trish Stratus versus Melina, which could have been on an episode of Raw. Because they're oh yes, and we got insert baby. Because this match really meant nothing in my opinion. Just for the world title. But Melina helped. I mean, Mickie James helps, and you know where that goes. Trish Stratus versus. I mean, basically, it was a lead-up match for WrestleMania 22. So. Then we have the match of the night, by far my favorite match off this pay-per-view, and my favorite rivalry from 2005 on the Raw side of things, besides Taker and Randy Orton from SmackDown. We have the last man standing match, Ric Flair versus Triple H. This match had everything in it. We had steel stairs, we had sledgehammers, screwdrivers, tables, ladders, chairs. Ric Flair grabbed the family jewels of Triple H. And Triple H wins with 4 pedigrees and sledgehammer to the head. But man, Ric Flair gushing blood on his gold hair again. But guys, this was match of the night. If you have this pay-per-view, go check that match out. Very good match. I just give this pay-per-view a 5 out of 5, a 10 out of 10 just on that match. But there's not a bad match on here besides Eric Bischoff and Theodore Long, but that was a tough one. But a quick match. And I'll get to my thoughts on Returning of the Undertaker soon. And then we have Kurt Angle versus John Cena with with special guest Davari, and then there's the back of the DVD if you guys didn't see it. A bunch of referees down. Davari got taken out. Chad Patton got taken out. Charles Robinson got taken out. 1, 2, 3, AA, or the FU at the time, the Kurt Angle, ankle locks, angle slams, superplexes, but Kurt Angle wins. I mean, John Cena wins with the AA, 1, 2, 3. And then we get Eric Bischoff versus Theodore Long. Match meant nothing. Just Raw versus SmackDown. And we don't see this again until, I believe, the new era. I want to say 2016. Or 2017. But they would just compete in like the 5-on-5 situation. Then we have Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. We have Shawn Michaels, Kane, Big Show, Carlito, and Chris Masters versus Batista, who was all taped up after the attack on SmackDown. Randy Orton, JBL, versus Team SmackDown and Team Raw. Shawn Michaels, Kane, Big Show, Carlito, Chris Masters versus Batista, Randy Orton, JBL, Rey Mysterio, and Bobby Lashley. I didn't even remember Bobby Lashley was even on this team, to be honest. But very good match here. Randy Orton wins with the RKO to Shawn Michaels. Batista eliminates Carlito and Chris Masters. Lashley gets eliminated by Shawn Michaels. JBL and Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio will eliminate Big Show. Kane and Big Show will eliminate Batista. And then Shawn Michaels eliminates Rey Mysterio with a 619. Then Sweet Chin Music out of midair. And then Randy Orton, then JBL hits, misses Shawn Michaels with the steel chair. Sweet Chin Music's JBL RKO to Shawn Michaels, 1, 2, 3, and then the return of The Undertaker. Now, if Eddie Guerrero was still alive at this pay-per-view, do you believe that The Undertaker would have not returned and just returned on a SmackDown? Because this was all leading up to their match at Armageddon. On the Hell in a Cell match. So, do you believe, because I do you guys think if Guerrero was still alive, he really should be at this time. He died at 38. I think he still should be alive today. But who will survive when the legendary Undertaker returns? Why would you just let... What? What? Were ticket sales that bad for this pay-per-view? I mean, we have the best match on the card, Ric Flair versus Triple H. We have Kurt Angle versus John Cena. The rematch from Unforgiven. but screwdrivers to the head of Ric Flair, gushing blood. But do you guys think The Undertaker would have not returned if Eddie Guerrero was still alive and on the team? Because Randy Orton only got on the team because, I believe, only because of Eddie Guerrero's death. Or was it Lashley? I don't know. But all I do know is I give this pay-per-view a 9 out of 10. The only thing not deserving to be on here is Eric Bischoff and Theodore Long. But yeah, 9 out of 10. Go watch Team SmackDown versus Team Raw, of course, and go watch Ric Flair versus Triple H. Go watch Benoit and Booker T. You don't need to watch Kurt Angle versus John Cena because that's just a mess of a match. But Survivor Series 2005, 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. And the next reviews will be Vengeance 2006 for the untimely death of Sabu. John Cena versus Sabu in the Extreme Lumberjack match. My favorite match on the card, Ric Flair versus Mick Foley. Eugene versus Umaga. Rob Van Dam versus Edge. And we get the insert, and we got a poster too. So yeah. But guys, and then we get SummerSlam 2006, a pay-per-view that I don't remember except for Ric Flair versus Mick Foley in their I Quit match. But besides that, I don't remember this pay-per-view very well. I mean, we have Sabu versus Big Show, a match I've never seen before. And then Rey Mysterio versus Chavo Guerrero. But then, after that, will be ECW One Night Stand 2006 with no insert. But yeah, ECW One Night Stand. We have the world title, Rey Mysterio versus Sabu. Kurt Angle versus John Cena. The great match between Cena and Rob Van Dam. Where the crowd took over the main event. But a 9 out of 10 on Survivor Series 2005. This has been Patrick from Porter's Unboxings, as you know. And I'm out. Peace.